The Beechcraft King Air Temperature control systems regulate the heating and air conditioning system to maximize the comfort of the passengers and crew. I'm Brian Gronholm.
And I'm Kim Burton. We're here from your turboprop technical support team. In this video, we'll review the components of the system and their locations. Then we'll show you how to connect to the controller with a laptop for advanced diagnostics. This system is applicable to the Beechcraft King Air B300, FL500 through FL1306, and the B200, BB1988 and on, and BY1 and on.
I would like to state that the content of this presentation is for reference only and does not contain instructions for continued airworthiness. The approved procedures in their entirety are set out in approved technical publications.
Let's start out outside the airplane with temperature sensors that are read by the controller.
Here are your outside to air temperature sensors. There are 3 sensors under the nose. This smaller one feeds the environmental controller, so this is the most important one for today. But you'll also see here the probe for the OAT showed on the pilot's side panel and the OAT used by the Collins Fusion avionics system. The outdoor temp sensor is used for calibration of all the other temp sensors. So if one cabin or cockpit sensor seems off, it may have an issue. If they're all off, look at the outside temp sensor.
So now we've moved inside the King Air here to discuss some of the component locations for the various pieces of this temperature control system. Starting from the front here, just forward of the co-pilot's rudder pedals, we have the forward duct temp sensor. This sensor detects the temperature of the air immediately in the duct following the forward evaporator. From there, we then move up to the cockpit headliner, where we have the cockpit temp sensor located just at the back edge here. It senses the ambient temperature here in the cockpit. Near it, here in the headliner as well, a little bit further aft, roughly in the area of your forward club, we have the cabin air temp sensor. This detects the ambient temperature inside the cabin where the passengers ride. Heading down to the floor here, we have the brains of this unit, which is the Keith control box, located forward of the spar here in the center aisle floorboard. Just to the co-pilot's side of that, we have your forward mixing box, which has your controller's servos, which control where the air is directed inside of this system. Also, in that box, we have just aft of it a venturi, and in that venturi we have the bleed duct air temp sensor. This sensor detects the temperature of the air immediately from the bleed lines from either wing. And then moving further aft for interior sensors here, we have your aft evaporator bay, and the duct just aft of that evaporator has your aft evaporator duct temp sensor, which again detects the temperature of the air as it's exiting the aft evaporators. And on B200 aircraft, the controller is located a little closer to the spar, in fact, just forward of it in the center aisle.
You need 2 things to connect to the controller: a laptop with Windows 7 or better, and a USB cable. The USB cable is commonly found on computer printers. It needs a USB-A and a USB Type-B connector. Your computer needs a virtual COM port driver available from ftdichip.com. From the drivers page, click on Virtual COM port or VCP drivers and choose the latest Windows setup executable. Unzip this download file to your computer and either run the installer, or you can have it ready when your computer connects to the controller and prompts you for drivers. You'll also need PuTTY, a serial communications program. You can download either the 32-bit or 64-bit Windows installer from putty.org. Make sure your laptop is completely booted on. The Type A connector goes to your laptop, and the Type B goes to the environmental controller. The light on the environmental controller will tell you that it's powered on. Verify the COM port number on your computer's device manager. This can be found by searching Device Manager from the Start menu. Expand the Device Manager menu for ports COM and LPT. Note the number of the entry in the USB serial port. This will be used to set up PuTTY in the next steps. It may change each time you connect.
Open PuTTY, and under Connection, Serial, enter your COM settings. For the serial line, set the COM number to the one you just wrote down. Speed should be 115,200. Set data bits to 8, stop bits 1. Parity and flow control are both none. Return to the session screen and choose connection type serial. Now you should see your environmental controller diagnostic screens. There are several values we look at when interfaced to a temperature controller. If the aircraft has been sitting in a stable environment, the temperature sensors will all read about the same value. If it's out in the sun and hot soaked, the duct and inside temperatures will all be higher than outside air temperature, or OAT on the screen.
If any of these fail, there's a few ways you'll know. If you hear the blowers pulsing, that's the controller's way of telling you that something is wrong. It might be a failure inside the controller itself or a failed sensor. Use your laptop diagnostics interface to determine which one.
The next values are for the set points. These are measured by potentiometers located on the Copilot subpanel. The values will be between 60 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. You should be able to watch these values change on the diagnostics screen while turning the knobs.
The zone differences are the difference between the headliner sensors and that set point value. The larger value, either cockpit or cabin, is the dominant zone. The controller's heating or cooling logic will drive to reduce the differential amount of the dominant zone. Another difference to track is the difference between the zone and duct temps. If there's a huge difference between the cabin values and not much difference between the cockpit values, troubleshoot the forward evaporators or expansion valve. If there's not that much change in the cabin, look at the aft components.
The bleed duct temperature sensor readings shown on the diagnostics screen can also be a quick way to check the operation of your heat exchanger bypass valves. During a ground run, the bleed air heat exchangers hold the duct temp within 15 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit of outside air temperature. With the manual controls, you can drive the valves and watch the bleed duct value change accordingly. The blower speeds show what the controller is commanding as a percentage of total speed. If the blower switch on the subpanel is set to manual, this speed shown has no meaning.
Thank you for joining us today. I hope this has helped with your understanding of the King Air Environmental Control System. If you have any questions or suggestions for more videos, email us, teamturboprop@techstav.com.